Thank you. Growing up, my life sucked. That's how it felt to me as a child. I was born in 1964, and by 1966, Daddy was gone. My mother, who won custody of me, was manic depressive, mostly depressive, and in the bed. She barely got out of the bed. And my sister, who's a teenager, is trying to raise me. She should have just been able to be a teenager, but she's trying to raise her kid brother. So ultimately, I was raising myself from the time I was 2. Grandmother tried to pitch in when she could. Church members tried to pitch in when they could. But ultimately, when it got down to it, I was raising myself. And so at 6 years old, the most incredible thing happened to me. I started to hear a voice. Now, many people call this voice, when you're growing up, an imaginary friend. And that's what they called it at first. And that's even what my mother called it at first. But the most interesting thing happened. Everything that this voice said that I put words on and told my mother came true. So it wasn't long before even my mom was asking me, what does the voice say? What does the voice say? This voice that I liked to call my guardian angel kept me out of harm's way. It advised me. It was the father that I didn't have. It was the mother that I didn't have. And saved my life a number of times as a child. And let me share with you one time that this voice helped me out of a bad situation. There was a church close to my house, and I was walking by the church, and there was a man who said, psst, psst, come here. Hey, I'll give you $20 if you rub my leg. Now, I was a poor kid, so $20 is a lot of money, right? I'm thinking about it. Rub his leg or not rub his leg? That's the question in this moment. But this voice told me exactly what to do and what to say to get out of that situation. Now, I had learned that when I listen to the voice, things go well. When I don't listen to the voice, not so much. And so in this moment, I'm going to listen to this voice. And so the voice said to do this. Mom, mom, mom! Mom, mom, mom! And so the man ran away. And then the voice said, go home and tell your mom exactly what happened. Run home, tell her what happened now. Ran home and told her what happened. Just one time that this voice showed up for me and saved me. Now, I call this voice that I've been working with for many years, that's really become many voices now, I call these voices angels because I have had direct experience with them. I've physically seen them. I've been proved over and over and over that they exist in my life. So I call them angels, but you may call them intuition, inner guidance, inner knowing, spirit, God, source energy, universe, Jesus, Allah, Jehovah. It doesn't care what you call it, as long as you call it. And that's my message. This is what I want you to know, that you have direct access to source. Let's call it source. Now, can we all agree that this universe and everything in it is made up of energy? Raise your hand if you agree with that. Yes? Thank you. So energy has created everything. We took this energy and then we formed this thing we call a body. Just because we're in a body doesn't mean that we're disconnected from the energy that created everything. Matter of fact, I'm going to go so far as to say we have direct access to that energy. So you are made up of energy, but you also have access to it. So what would that look like? I like to call it sit, ask, and listen. And in doing this process, this sit, ask, and listen, I have manifested so many incredible things in my life. So let's start with the first part. Sit. There's a lot of us sitting. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Om. We're sitting in so many beautiful ways. And then we're asking questions. But I hear this question a lot. Why me? Why am I not manifesting all the things that I need to manifest? Why? Why is not a question that we want an answer to. A question that I would suggest asking is how or what? How can I be more loving? What do I need to do to manifest more into my life? How? What? The universe responds based on the quality of our question. The universe will respond based on the quality of our question. So now we've sat and we've asked the question. Now's the most important part. This is the money. Listen. We're sitting, we're asking, how many of us really sit long enough to listen, to hear the answer? I sat one time for 2 weeks waiting for an answer to a question. But the answer to that question changed my life forever. You may be saying, I don't have 2 weeks to sit around and wait. What do I do? Well, once you've asked the question and you have to go out into the world, keep asking the question. Just stay in that question. Keep spinning the question, and the answer will come to you. So I really want to leave you with this piece. We are one human family. We are all brothers and sisters, and we can be angels for each other. Do you remember when you were just a child and your mommy went to take you across the street? She would say, take my hand, and we're going to cross this street. What's the word? Together. Together. Yes, together. We are one human family. Together, we can be there for each other. So ultimately, the question is, whose angel will you be today? Thank you.